We use the funding to purchase a scheme called Junior Award Scheme for Schools. It's a little bit like a Duke of Edinburgh scheme for primary school children, and there are 4 areas the children need to work on, including Get Healthy, Stay Healthy, Me and My World, My Interests and Adventure. We've initially purchased it for Key Stage 2 children. It can go all the way down to reception, and based on this trial we're going to then introduce it to the whole school next year. At the moment our Key Stage 2 children are using the scheme regularly, and they have had sessions where they've spoken to the teachers about what things they're doing inside the school and outside the school to give evidence for the scheme. We're seeing an increase in resilience of the children and independence. Because of the scheme, they have to take control over the activities they want to do and what they want to get out of the scheme. We've introduced things like Daily Mile for the children to use for the Get Healthy, Stay Active. We are currently working on a farmers market for the older children, where they've completely taken control of the whole process. It's such an incredible programme, and by having JAS in school, it's allowed us to really link it all together with mental health and the curriculum. What we have really noticed is a buzz around school, a buzz you only get when you're in a school where the children are enjoying what they're doing. When they're working on their projects like the farmers market or their PowerPoint presentations, you can just see the children actually enjoy sharing their ideas with each other and working together, and the staff have really picked up on that.
We have had packs of massage resources, some lighting and some chewy resources as well, some chewing and biting resources. The impact has been huge. Our pupils have quite complex sensory needs and need to be given a wide range of sensory experiences, particularly in the light of COVID and school being quite unreliable over the pandemic, focusing on their mental health and on really grounding them and helping them to feel safe. We feel that we can give them what they need in the moment, particularly on a day when they're struggling. Some of the pupils, they've had such an impact on them that we've recommended them to parents, or when we've had parents asking for recommendations for things that they can use over the summer holidays and things like that. We've been able to recommend those resources because we've been able to try them at school and they know what works for each pupil.
We gave classes the choice of what items would be helpful for their pupils, because obviously it's a special school aged 4 to 19 and with a broad range of special needs. We've got pupils who needed more sensory items, pupils who can be more self-directed and needed different things. I think that the items that we've chosen have actually had a really good impact, so I'm pleased with the items that we've chosen.
The money for resources went on provision within the zones of regulation approach, such as new books. We work at 2 separate sites, and previous to the funding we only had 1 book for the 2 sites, so one of the plans was to get a book for both sites to kind of supplement provision, and there have been some game support as well. We started very simply with the zones of regulation boards prior to the funding, and one of the key points we wanted from the funding was to get consistency. Having the resources available on both sites will facilitate that. And we work at a very diverse site, so it's making sure that what we do is fit for all of our pupils and meets all of their needs. Before the funding, we were very good at naming emotions and labelling, and that was the kind of first impetus for them. The training will establish what is the vocabulary that's needed at each curriculum stage and what is being modelled by staff in different key stages, if you like. It then shifts to, well, we can name and label our emotions, but what do we do about managing them? And encouraging our learners to be more independent. As you can imagine, many of them rely on adults to do this, but we want to equip them to be able to do it themselves and then lead successful lives as adults as well. As you saw in the session, they were very engaged by it and really kind of keen to participate. Staff as well are very positive and are keen to develop things. They just need the resources and the equipment to do so. So I imagine that moving forward it's going to be really positive across the board.